everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 634. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I forgot to bring Ari up onto the camera. And I'm going to do it right now. And there he is. Everybody wave at Ari. Hi, Ari.
Hey.
And Mako-chan is out, but great news, everyone. She will be back next week, which means me and Ari have about 7 days to clean up the studio, or else all hell's going to break loose.
She's going to break our souls in some fashion, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. And it's not going to be pretty either. So, anyway, Ari, how are you doing tonight, friendo?
I've been better.
Kind of feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, let's get the ball rolling tonight, shall we?
Sure. We
are live tonight, week of May 28th, 2024, right here on Twitch TV. We are here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern, so please come through and join us. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com, and you can always find them at Twitch TV/Vog Network. They kick things off on Sundays with the Bobby Blackwell Show at 8, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And there was no OLR this week because they took time off, and Rob went to a leather convention.
Hey, you got to break up the monotony of the day-to-day life somehow.
Yes. And for some of you are probably thinking, what kind of leather convention was it? If you have to think about it, then you probably might know. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So, Anywho. What's that art you got there, Ari?
This is a strawberry cream gamer subs that I ordered recently. I haven't had a chance to try it yet, and it actually tastes pretty good. When you crack this thing open, I'm not sure if it's just because it's the first time opening, but it kind of smells like strawberry quick.
Wow.
But yeah, it's still really good stuff.
All right. Sounds good. And I see the Beery says, to quote Rugrats, if you have to ask, you'll never know. Touche, good sir. Touche.
Yeah.
And don't forget to hang out in our Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through and hang out and have a good time. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to go ahead and kick things off to how was your day, how was your week? So, Ari, how was your day and how was your week?
Well, it was mostly work stuff this past week. I thought I was going to go view a condo nearby, but the agent that I was working with hung me out to dry for about 45 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it was almost by the time almost an hour went by, I'm like, yeah, fuck this, he's not coming, and I haven't been able to get into any kind of contact with him.
Did you pay the money in advance or no?
I didn't pay anybody anything.
Good.
So that's been a big aggravation, though. Thankfully, I was able to get in contact with someone else. I've been going back and forth with them, filling out paperwork and going over forms, seeing how much money I can get to cover, the down payment and closing costs, all that other good stuff. It's still a long ways to go financially, but I'm starting to like the chances I got.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, just so I can get my bread, salt, and wine. And I've also been streaming on and off when I'm coming back from work or going before it.
Well, that's good. And when you're streaming, where can everybody find you at?
Twitch.tv/Ari Rockefeller, right here.
Sounds good. Did you fix the volume problem yet or no?
It's I kind of did, but I'm pretty sure it's just bots or content farmers just saying like, "Hey, I can't hear you." And there's times when I'm just like against a microphone like this, and they still can't hear me apparently.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I have off work Friday, so I have a 3-day weekend.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
so Saturday night I'm going out, but I should have time maybe Friday, probably Saturday. Actually, I might have time Thursday night when I get home. I want you to fire up the stream. I will remote in and check your settings, and then I'll have your stream playing on my other laptop or on the TV, and we'll just see how it goes, you know?
Okay, I appreciate the help.
Because the way you have it set up now, that those same settings should apply in OBS, and it should be good. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as for that Gamer Subs cross promotion, well, we're going to need a lot more listeners and a lot more likes and a lot more subs to get that. So that reminds me.
American Dream, Kenny.
That reminds me. Maybe I need to start how you say, start doing my casual anime gaming streams. Like I said, I've been wanting to do for like the last, I don't know, 2 years.
Yeah, small steps, I guess.
Yeah, I just, you know what? I just forget half the time. It's like, right, I'm still working on the stuff from Castle Point. I need to get that out, and then I need to finish up the photos for Anime NYC from last year. And I know by the time I finish that, I have Shenanigans coming up, and then once I'm done with that, I might have some time before Anime NYC this year. So it's going to be quite interesting for me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyhow, now as for my weekend day, I actually had a short work week because they gave us Friday off. And also doubles the fact that Friday was my birthday. So I was telling people at work, my birthday gift to y'all is Friday off. Don't squander it. So, and I had plans to do that this weekend. I was going to relax, which I did some. I went out to a couple of bars, you know, kind of enjoyed myself. I did that. Did laundry, which I did, and I've come to find out that I've run out of hangers. So I have all of my t-shirts laying on a packed box. I went to go visit two of my sisters. One of them had a barbecue, which was good times. And the other one, I went to fix her laptop and her desktop, and that was a story all on its own. Hold that thought for a second.
Bless you.
Thank you. I don't know. Earlier the wind kicked up as if it was going to pour down rain, so I guess some dust got into the place. So there's that. So, and there was something else. Oh yeah, as you all know, as I have mentioned over the last, I say, few weeks, I'm in the process of trying to find a new apartment. Now, as I said, originally I had about 6 weeks. No, I basically have a few months. So I'm still living here, paying month to month, which how it was before. But unfortunately, my rent shot up by almost $400. Now, I can still afford it. That's not bad. But the issue is, I'm now going to have to pull money from my savings to put it into the checking so that when I give them the money order, it's all in one fall swoop. Because the rent I was paying before, it didn't matter when I had the money. It didn't matter because when I got paid, because the money was always there, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So but enough about that. Saturday, I went to go visit my sister and my nephew, and from this experience of dealing with them, not in a bad way, I've come to the realization that I hate HP computers. I will never purchase an HP computer. Anybody that I know that buys one when I recommend that they don't, I will take their computer and I will slap the teeth out of their mouth.
With the computer.
Exactly. I'll put it back in the box and slap them with it on the left cheek. Then I'll take the actual laptop out and slap them on the right cheek. To summarize, something happened to my sister's laptop and desktop, and my nephew tried to fix it. He couldn't fix it. I don't know what he did, but the drive could not be seen. I even walked him through how to make a Windows installed flash drive. Couldn't do it. So I go up there with brand new tools and software, all of that. The way HP designed this laptop and this desktop, I would basically cannibalize both machines trying to take it apart to install stuff. So I said, nope, never. And I told my sister when her all-in-one desktop finally dies, I'm going to build her a nice, small, tiny breadbox PC, and I give her a nice monitor to sit behind it, and we're going to live with that. That's done. As for the laptop, well, I don't know what to tell you. She has an iPad. She'll be fine. So, anywho, I go up there, and I skip trying to put the hardware in and do any upgrades. I'm like, it's not worth it. Put the flash drive in. Both machines could not see the NVMe drives in there. So I was like, what the hell? And I'm thinking that my nephew broke both machines to the point where the hardware is shot. So I have a bootable Windows flash drive. I put that in. It saw the drive. Okay, fine. So I'm thinking, well, let me initialize, format it, reboot, and let it ride. Because even if you don't do that, if you install Windows, as long as it sees the drive is there, it'll handle everything else. So the only thing left to do that I figured out or that I saw was a downloadable restore kit off of HP's website. So I downloaded the restore utility. Lo and behold, both machines are now up and running. This is such bullshit. I've come to the realization that HP put some type of DRM on these machines where you cannot install you can't install a fresh copy of Windows. Evidently, either you have to restore the machine first, then put the flash drive in if you want to instead of debloat, you just want to do a fresh wipe. Because if I don't know, something like that. All I know is from this experience on, I will never buy an HP. Never. I have dealt with Microsoft Surfaces, Dells, Lenovo's. Put the flash drive in and installs Windows. All I really care about. And for those of you that are playing the home game, yes, I am wearing an ECW t-shirt. It's not the actual one that I wanted because that was already sold out on WWE's website, but this was closest, and I think it was about the same price. I said, screw it, I'll take it anyway. So there's that. Now let's get into some housekeeping notes here. Don't forget, episodes of our podcast, Anime Jam Session, is available on our YouTube page. After we do the show, the podcast will be up usually 1 hour after we do our live show. The video portion, however, will show up on Thursdays at 12 noon. So you definitely want to be there for that. So that's perfect for those of you who don't have who have missed current episodes. You want to check out some older stuff in the archives. If you don't have a Twitch subscription to our channel, this is perfect for y'all. Definitely check those out. You'll see some of the good and the bad and the kind of sort of ugly. And speaking of Shenanigans that I mentioned earlier, that'll be our next con of the year. I think this will be for the entire troop, con number 4. Shenanigans is at the Hilton Parsippany in Parsippany, New Jersey from June 22nd to the 23rd. Tickets are still available. This is a 21 plus convention, so definitely leave the kids at home. Let's see. Do I have any other notes here? Nope, that's it. So now we're going to get into Geek Roundtable. This is the part of the show where we talk more about the geek gear aspects of our lives and what we've been up to. So, Ari, what have you been up to?
Give me 1 second.
Sure, no problem, dude.
Well, I do have some new merch that came in recently.
Yeah.
It's some little extras for the like from the Friday Night Funkin' Kickstarter that I backed way long ago. They're pins. Let's see, there's 4 of them all together. They're still in the bags. You see a girlfriend here.
Yeah, I see. That's cool.
This one is a boyfriend, a main character. And this one, this was Pico. He's the mascot for Newgrounds.com, and you which is where the game originated. And in lore, also a former boyfriend of both boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another Newgrounds avatar.
Cool.
But it'd be nice if I got the actual fucking game that that they promised. But that's a little bit of a ways off, I guess. But, it's nice stuff to have. I'm not sure what's gonna go on my vest, if anything. But it's a little too. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put anything.
Yeah, you can always start a corkboard.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you could do that. All right, so for me, I'm gonna go outside of anime for just a scotch. I've been catching up with my TV shows: Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. I'm caught up with those. Law and Order, SVU, and the criminal one. Not
Criminal Minds.
No, not Criminal Minds. No.
Criminal Intent.
No, not Criminal Intent. Let me look it up. Law and Order, Organized Crime. I'm caught up with those.
That's a new one.
Yeah, it's just they just renewed it for the 5th season. It's basically Stabler's show. He came back and he's doing that. It's really good. The difference with Organized Crime is that it's not a single shot crime episode. Like it's like the crime, like what they're working on. This is gonna run you about 5 or 6 episodes per. So you may get like 2 cases a season out of this, maybe 3. How it plays out,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm currently working on the original, the new Law and Order, the OG. I just finished a couple episodes of that. I'm probably gonna watch another episode of that later, since I'm not following as many anime shows as that I want to. I kind of want to pace myself. I'm caught up with Mushoku Tensei. I'm caught up with Kaiju number 8. I'm a couple episodes behind on My Hero Academia because I'm watching the dub of it. And I'm rewatching, I guess, quote, rewatching Life Lessons with Urameshi-san, because I started watching it and I totally forgot about it. So I went back to watch where I left off. I wouldn't say the show is completely meta, but if you ever have to put on a happy face for your job and you're just like, oh, and you just hear the thoughts, that's
the intrusive thoughts.
Yes. And that's Life Lessons with Urameshi-san. That's the best way I can describe it. And I know I talked about this last week, but I end up showing off the wrong figurine. Like, I talked to you about a show that I watched, an anime called Spy Room. And it's really good. If you liked Spy Family, Spy Room is right up there. But as you all know, one of my favorite waifus is Rem from ReZero. So I went out and ordered another figure, the Glitter and Glamour series, where she's wearing like this really gorgeous dark blue dress with the slit going basically up to her hip,
Mm-hmm.
And it's really nice. One of the things I am looking forward to when I get a bigger place is putting all of my figurines on display. And I have a glass display case for most of them. And I'm thinking, well, do I really want to take this glass display case when I move, or do I just want to leave it behind and just get like regular bookcases and just run LEDs on them, I haven't decided. Because what's cool is those bookcases you get from IKEA, you can actually buy doors to put on them.
Interesting.
I wouldn't mind like a clear plexiglass door to put on them. That would be kind of cool. Or if anything, I put like a heavy plastic, on it or something like that. We'll see how it goes. That, and I'm not sure if movie companies will have like the proper way to pack it. I mean, you can disassemble it, but I'm just more concerned about the glass.
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like.
Yes.
And I've seen moving people mishandle glass.
Well, I didn't pay that much for it, so worst comes to push comes to shove. If I can find it about the same price on IKEA, I might just say fuck it and leave it behind and just get another one, or just get like a light, like maybe a brown or a white bookcase and start putting the figures up on it. So we'll see how that goes. And before anyone says it, no, I am not putting up shelves in a new apartment. If it was a house, it'd be a different story. All right. Now that we got that out the way, we are going to get into tonight's stories. I will kick things off. And we're talking about Toru Furuya Gate, as I like to call it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, buddy. And I'm just looking at my text messages. It's like, I could have sworn I've gotten texts from people, but I haven't gotten anything. Like, I was texting people today, but I'm looking at, it looks like I haven't gotten anything, but whatever. All right, let's get into tonight's story, and let's just bring this together. Some of you may know the voice actor Toru Furuya. Today's generation knows him as Sabo in One Piece. The older generation like us know him from Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and Gundam. Rei Amuro and Gundam. And he was Tuxedo Common, Mamoru Chiba in Sailor Moon, and and Yamcha in Dragon Ball. So, and also he was Pegasus Seiya in Saint Seiya. I have seen people like so I just burn my DVDs and Blu-rays now because of this. Please don't do that. If you are simply that disgusted, just sell them. Try to get some profit out of the pain that this has caused. Basically, what happened was, in case you missed the whole hubbubaloo, Toru Furuya came out of basically said in an interview that he basically apologizes for an illicit affair he had with a fan. This was in the a weekly tabloid out of Tokyo called the Weekly Bunchun. They interviewed him, and this all came out. Now he has a Twitter account at twitter.com/ToruTome. I ain't calling it X because fuck that. X is gonna give it to you, but not to Twitter. He actually made a post on there apologizing for a 4.5 year affair with a woman in her 30s. He apologized for his actions during the affair, including assaulting the unnamed fan during an argument and forcing her to have an abortion when she became pregnant. Now, this part has some people conflicted and causing problems. Some outlets said that he assaulted her. Some outlets say he did not. I don't remember the proper term that he said off the top of his head, but basically the way the term translates as to he raised his hand, sort of like as the term is used for like if you're raising your hand to answer a question or something like that. But it seems more like, I don't think he assaulted her, but it's more like he just held his hand up like out of fear. And some of us older people know that feeling when your parents like raise their hand back. They're not gonna hit you, but they just raise it and you're just like, oh shit, That's what I think it is. If you think otherwise, that's cool. I'm not gonna argue and say it's not. So basically he says that he was attracted to her sincere support, so I contacted her and started a relationship with her. During our relationship, we once had an argument and I ended up raising my hand. As an adult, it was the worst thing a human can do. I also made the unforgivable mistake of causing her to have an abortion. I am truly, truly sorry for having deeply hurt her both physically and mentally. I cannot apologize enough for betraying the trust of my fans, disappointing them, hurting them, and tarnishing my character. I will spend the rest of my life making amends with all my heart. I am prepared to accept any punishment. I am truly sorry. And some people are like, I don't believe you. I don't care. And that's cool. And that's all right. I know people who have been in these similar situations that are angry and upset. And that's okay. Your feelings are valid. Some of us are saying, oh, he actually meant what he said and he truly is sorry. Others don't buy it. That's on you. I feel that he really is sorry and he's trying to make amends. It's going to take his redemption arc is going to be a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he is connected with the talent agency Aoni Production. They also put out a public statement that they said, "Thank you very much for your continued support. Regarding some of the reports regarding Toru Furuya, an actor affiliated with our company, we would like to express our gratitude to all of the fans who support us on a daily basis and to all the people involved who support us. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and concern. Furuya deeply regrets his actions towards the other party and the inconvenience he has caused everyone. And this is the result of our company's insufficient guidance and supervision of Furuya. We take this very seriously. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience this has caused." Now, for those of you who don't know, Furuya has been voice acting since the 60s. His breakthrough role was Rei Amuro, the protagonist from the original Mobile Suit Gundam anime back in 1979. And from that point on, he's done so many well-known characters such as Yamcha from Dragon Ball, Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon, Pegasus Seiya from Saint Seiya, and Sabo from One Piece. His most recent role is narrator in the anime series High Speed Itoyo. Excuse me, sorry. Hold on. Something, there's a tickle in my throat. Hold on.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't. Like I said, the wind kicked up earlier, so I'm going to assume that it got into my nose. I'm just like that tickle is there, so I guess some of it went down my throat. So I was drinking more water to kind of clear my throat out. Now, his future involvement in the anime industry is uncertain, but many Japanese fans believe he will formally retire, with his current roles being replaced by alternative voice actors. And that has happened previously before. Now, because of that, that has rippled waves in the U.S. Toru was supposed to appear at MomoCon, but because of this action, because of what had happened, he will no longer be appearing at the con. They announced this a couple of days before the con itself. And he was supposed to make an appearance at Florida SuperCon as well, but he will not be making an appear. He is not going to make an appearance there either, because the company that's bringing him over kind of said, no, we're not having that.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. So, yeah, and the group that was going to bring him over was Toku Spirits. So, I am hoping maybe before he does end up going to the great beyond, he truly does amend and apologizes for his actions. So, hopefully. Now, moving on, Ari, tell us what's going on with Boruto and Hulu.
Let's see. Hulu has the release date for all 293 episodes of Boruto in English dubbed. So yeah, they'll soon be hitting Hulu via Hulu. All 293 episodes of Boruto will be heading to the platform in English dubbed on June 1st, 2024. So far, only the first 35 episodes can be streamed on Hulu, which will join Apple TV in providing the entire series dubbed in English. Currently, Crunchyroll only offers Boruto in English subbed.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought Boruto was dubbed on Crunchyroll. Really? I thought it was this whole freaking time. Huh.
Also, another anime called Go Go Loser Ranger and Mission Yozakura Family, which begins on June 17th and will air weekly. Despite going on an indefinite break over a year ago, Boruto still enjoys massive popularity overseas. TV Tokyo's financial report for the year ending March 2024 revealed that for its copyright department, receiving income in exchange for granting permission to use Boruto anime, the series ranked even above the massively popular Bleach, whose second season aired from July to September 2023. So, according to the tweet here, it's Naruto, Boruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Bleach.
Gotcha. Well, this whole time I thought there was actually you could watch it dubbed on Crunchyroll.
So hey, if you're a Boruto fan, go right ahead. You can start the whole subs v dubs argument again.
Let's not. Let's not.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do. I don't want to have a repeat of that either.
Yeah. Now I'm doing a little bit of research. So about 8 months ago, I found on Reddit. 8 months ago, somebody posted in the subreddit Boruto where you can watch it dubbed. So evidently, I think it was there. I think Crunchyroll had the entire series dubbed in English, but I think with the licensing rights, they're pulling the dub of it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I really think. So, because that would make the most amount of sense. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, will it have the actual opening theme? Because Hulu has the rights to the Inuyasha dub, but Change the World is not the opening theme. They put some generic open background music as the opening theme.
Ugh.
I know.
It's not like the the late night TV. Like,
that old gag.
What? It's a good song.
It is. It is. Huh, looks like there's been some issues with the dub of Boruto. Okay.
Of course it wouldn't run out of problems, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I think part of the issue with the low ratings of dubbed anime is that the dub of it doesn't come out unless it's a simuldub like Kaiju number 8. A lot of them come out maybe 2 weeks after the new season, that episode, or it's a month or 6 months. It could be the way the contract is. Like you have to show it subtitled for X amount of weeks before you can do the dub. Because it took like the new Digimon Adventure 2020 series. It took it 4 years to get a dub. I never finished watching the subtitled version, but I bet you this right now, I will go back and watch a dub. Anywho, we're moving right along. Man, I wish Mako was here. We got some great titles here that she would love to discuss. Like one of her favorite series, Ghost in the Shell. Looks like the original, if I'm reading this correctly, the original Ghost in the Shell manga is getting an anime series. And it's being done by Science Saru. That's the same group that did the Scott Pilgrim anime. I think it was called Scott Pilgrim Gets It Together. Something like that.
Hang on.
Go for it. So
Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Yeah, that's it. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Ghost in the Shell is getting a brand new anime series 30 years after the first filmed adaptation back in 1995 and 35 years after the original manga. So that's what's happening there. And CW says, I need to reread the Gits manga. It's quite good. All right, let me close it and bring this back up. There we go. It's being called Ghost in the Shell, the new TV anime adapting the original classic manga by Masamune Shirow, and we're going to see it in 2026. As per the official site, it'll be produced by Bandai Namco Filmworks, Kodansha, Science Saru, and the original Ghost in the Shell studio, Production IG. Nice. That's all that we basically have. Well, it does say this. The TV series will adapt the original manga series, and you can also have online commentators highlighting the use of the trailer's manga panels as a sign of a more faithful adaptation than the film. Nevertheless, the movie adaptation is one of the most critically acclaimed animated works, recently spotlighting comic book resources Ghost in the Shell Retro Review as a timeless masterpiece of action philosophy. So, the way I see it is this. So, the original manga had the original Ghost in the Shell movie. It's one of those, let's compress all these chapters and make an epic movie out of it. See Akira. Which I would not mind if they turned that into like a 26 or 52 episode anime series, you know? That would be kind of cool. So that's basically what they're doing with Ghost in the Shell. You're going to get a full and complete breakdown of the manga. So I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of hyped. I'm kind of interested about that. So
yeah, could be fun.
Hell yeah. It's like, again, it's like when you read a book and it's getting an adaptation and you watch the movie and you realize there's some stuff that's been taken out or certain things that's been changed to kind of compress for time.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, Ari, tell us about Precure.
Let's see. Precure anime 1000th episode celebration begins with wonderful Precure Shiritsu Ebisu Chugaku dance video. Let's see. The Precure will air its 1000th episode with the upcoming broadcast of Wonderful Precure, episode 18, on June 2nd, 2024. To commemorate the milestone, a collaboration between the Precure franchise and 3 Japanese girl idol groups, Shiritsu Ebisu Chugaku, Beyonds, with 5 O's in the middle, and Not Equals Me, which is literally just the equal sign with a slash through it.
Mm-hmm.
Launched today on May 27th. The dance collaboration movie, where the 3 groups perform a total of 6 Precure theme songs, will stream on the Precure franchise official YouTube channel for 6 days in a row. A new clip will stream at 6 a.m. JST on each day.
Sounds cool.
The first clip, Wonderful Precure Evolution, Wonderful Precure's opening theme, performed by the members of Shiritsu Ebisu Chugaku, is now available on YouTube. After the dance performance of Cure Wonderful, the members talk about their childhood memories with the Precure franchise. And, I'm just, I can't believe it's been going on that long.
Yeah, the reason why it's hitting 1,000 episodes, remember there are multiple Precure series. So it's still the same thing, but it's like a different series, different characters, different names. But it's just as a whole. So we are good with that.
Also, JST, Japan Standard Time, is 9 hours ahead of GMT.
Okay.
In case you're curious.
Sounds good.
I had to double check that myself. So, what's next?
All right, let me update it here. So it looks like the next thing up on the list is Black Butler. Again, another perfect story for Maka. Give me 1 second here. A package I sent to a friend of mine. She finally got it after I mailed it. I mailed it to her in April. No, It had to be late March, early April, and it came back to me a month later, missing the shipping label, saying they couldn't deliver it to her. And I'm just like, what the USPS? So last Friday, since I was home, I actually put it in a smaller package, better put a same label and everything, put it on there, sent it to her, and I was checking like the tracking on it, and it was delivered to her mail locker at her house. So I'm just like, I just told her, go get it. I hope she likes it.
Mm-hmm.
So anywho, we'll talk about Black Butler and a high tea pop up. Oh, that's kind of fancy, you know. Hashtags pinkies out. Good show, good show, good show. So, for those of you who want a taste of high society of CL and Sebastian and their world, here's your chance. Crunchyroll will be hosting the Black Butler Public School Arc High Tea Pop-Up on June 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time at the Arden Restaurant and Bar in West Hollywood in Los Angeles, California. There are some... I would love to see them do this at Alice's Teacup here in New York City. That would be really cool. Guests will be given the complete Butler experience with light bites, tea, and other treats alongside photo ops from the series. So, if you want to go to this, you want to go to blackbutlerhighteapopup.rsvpfi.com. So I will go ahead and post and copy this link in our group in our Twitch chat here. So you definitely want to check that out. Just remember, it's a first come first serve basis. So for those of you who don't know, Crunchyroll is currently streaming the new series in both in a sub and dub format. You'll see it Saturdays during the new spring anime season. You'll also be able to find on Crunchyroll on the past seasons of the anime as well. And the basic description plot of this is CL Phantom Hive is the most powerful boy in all of England, but he bears the scars of unspeakable suffering. Forced to watch as his beloved parents were brutally murdered, CL was subsequently abducted and violently tortured. Desperate to end his suffering, the boy traded his own soul for a chance at vengeance, casting his lot with the one person on whom he could depend, Sebastian, a demon butler summoned from the very pits of hell. Together they'll prowl the darkest alleys of London on a mission to snuff out those who would do evil. I might have to check that series out. I know a lot of my friends who have cosplayed from that series.
Mm-hmm.
What was this? I got all these windows open. I need to close them out. Our next story is basically Sony wants to create Anime University or something like that.
Oh boy.
They can't be all that bad.
So yeah, Sony Group Corporation announced on Thursday during its annual corporate strategy presentation that it'll launch an academy to develop talent to create anime. The anime will aim to, quote, nurture anime creators in global markets, mainly by Aniplex and Crunchyroll, with collaboration from across the industry. Aniplex is a subsidiary of Sony Music Entertainment Japan. Animation Studios A1 Pictures and Cloverworks are subsidiaries of Aniplex. Sony's Funimation Global Group completed its acquisition of Crunchyroll from AT&T on August 9, 2021, after the company first announced its acquisition in December 2020. The price tag was $1.175 billion, and the proceeds were paid in cash at closing. And Funimation's home video release is now listed under Crunchyroll.
Yeah. It's sort of like how SBC bought out AT&T, and they're like, you know what, we're going to rebrand under the AT&T logo and name. Kind of interesting. It's sort of like when Enix went to Square and said, you know what, we're going to buy you, but we're going to call it a merger, and we're going to be so kind, we're going to let you have the front of it as Square Enix. That is wild. All right. Now we'll basically get into our last story of the night before we get into our strange news from Japan. Ultraman is going to team up with the Avengers. They could have used him when they were fighting what's his name in Endgame.
Uh, Thanos.
Thanos, yes, yes. For some reason, I was gonna say Apocalypse, but I know it's not Apocalypse.
Yeah, wrong company.
No, that's wrong group. Remember, X-Men deal with Apocalypse most.
I mean, oh, wait, for some reason I got Apocalypse and Darkseid mixed up. What the hell is the matter with me?
No, it's all. No, I can see the. Yeah, I get it though. I get it. Believe you me.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what happened is Marvel made this announcement about about a 4-issue miniseries crossover that's launching in October. And it's going to be called Ultraman Cross Avengers or Ultraman Avengers. Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom will write the comic, and Francesco Mana will be doing the artwork for the comic. Marvel describes the comic as this: Spider-Man has disappeared from New York, an intergalactic invader has arrived on Ultraman's doorstep, and the kaiju of Earth are acting even more mysteriously than usual. This can only mean one thing: it's time for Ultraman to meet the Avengers. But what cosmic threat is great enough to require a team up of Marvel's mightiest champions and Japan's greatest heroes? Find out as Shin meets Sam, Spacium Ray meets Repulsor Ray, and Thwip meets Swatch in the epic crossover event. Suburya Fields Media and Pictures Entertainment had originally announced this back in June 23 that Marvel Comics and Suburya Productions were doing this crossover comic featuring Ultraman and 3 of the Marvel's Avengers. So I think this is going to be kind of cool. I may have to definitely pick this up. Thankfully, I can go and hit up a Midtown Comics and grab it. And now that we got that out the way, we're here for the part of the show that y'all really stick around for is Meanwhile in Japan. All right, let me make my volume adjustments here.
Can I have the second one?
Let me take a quick look here. Sure. As Pod Culture says, I think at some point, damn near everyone in the Marvel Universe has been an Avenger. You're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Aunt May hasn't been an Avenger.
Oh, she's been dead too much. No,
Yeah.
wait. Wrong one. I was thinking about Uncle Ben. Anyhow, let's move on.
All right.
Himakajima, the Japanese island with one traffic light that only turns green once a year. Let's see. People tend to imagine urban sprawl Tokyo when visiting Japan, but the country has a vast countryside with places that can get the quaintest parts of the world around for their money. One such place is the small island of Himakajima, a few dozen kilometers south of Nagoya, in between Ise Bay and Mikawa Bay. It's a picturesque little island with nice beaches, tasty octopus, and population tends to hover around 2,000. One of its more unique features is a lone set of traffic lights on the southeastern coast. While there are countless small towns that only have the traffic lights, Himakajimas are special and only turn green, or blue as they call it in Japanese, one day out of the year. These lights are in a constant state of flashing yellow in the direction of the coastal road for the rest of the year. And flashing red on the road leading to Hakajima East Port, making them equivalent to a pair of stop signs. The reason is that these stoplights are never intended to serve any sort of traffic control. They were installed in 1994 at the request of Himaka Traffic Safety Association to help teach the island's children how to follow the signals in case they move out to a big city someday.
Seems legit.
Prior to the traffic lights, a smaller prop was used to teach kids, but they always felt disconnected between it and the real thing. Now, for one day in May, the lights are set to turn green so the kids can practice using them properly. This year, the green light was activated on May 21st, and once again, kids congregated at the intersection to get a feel for the timing and practice to look left, right, left, and right again before raising their arm and crossing the street. One young girl told reporters that she was surprised how tricky it was when the light turned red while she was walking back across the crosswalk.
Hmm.
It might be hard to pinpoint the exact date, but the Lights have their own page on the Human Kojima website for a good place to start. So,
Sounds good.
traffic signals with their own dedicated webpage. Never thought I'd see that.
First time for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this next story, a lot of people have been talking and discussing this. It was going. I had thought of putting this as part of the normal news wrap up, but I figured let's just leave it where it is because it's more of a non-anime ish story. I'll use this for a little bit of upbeat. So We're gonna talk to you about Doge meme. Japan's Doge meme Shiba Inu has passed, and hundreds of fans have attended the memorial service. To go with such sadness, many memories. In some alternate version of history, Kabosu, the Shiba Inu, might have lived a life of obscurity, as just as a rescue dog taken in by owner Atsuko Sato in the town of Sakura, Chiba Prefecture. But when a chance snapshot of Kabusu looking smugly silly, even by Shiba Inu standards, started circulating the internet, a star was born. Kabusu became the basis for the Doge meme, which is why I'm kind of surprised that the Doge coin hasn't skyrocketed in price. Oh well. In recognition of Kabusu's worldwide fame, back in December, Sakura built a public monument to the pooch, followed by the installation of Kabusu manhole cover in February. But sadly, he passed, and this was posted on their Twitter account on May 24th. This morning, Kabo-chan entered a deep sleep. She passed away peacefully as I was petting her. To everyone who loved Kabo-chan for so long, thank you. At or around 7:50 a.m. on May 24th, Kabo-chan fell into a deep sleep. The night before, had eaten dinner and drank a lot of water as normal. On a beautiful morning with soft sunlight coming through the window and birds singing outside, she passed peacefully as I was petting her. To everyone who loved Kabo-chan for so long, thank you so much. I think she was the happiest dog in the world, and I was the world's happiest dog owner. Even now, I think she is smiling, wagging her tail, and coming close to me. I think she will always be that way. 2 days later, a memorial service was held for Kabusu. And there is a video where you can watch this. And in the video, over 250 fans stopped by to pay their respects. And this was held at the Flower Kaori Florist in Narita. And as it was mentioned, Kabusu was a rescue dog and on the verge of being put to sleep when Sato adopted her. This past November marked 15 years since Kabusu came into the Sato household, and with Shiba Inu having an average lifespan of 15 years, she lived a long life, one that brought joy to a lot of people around the world, and so she won't be forgotten anytime soon. Aww.
Mm-hmm. I'm sad that she had to go.
Mm-hmm. But we'll always think of the good memes and all the fun stuff, and that's all that really matters. All right. Wow, we're finished really early. We kind of drilled through these stories. I figure we.
Yeah, definitely, because it's only the two of us.
I know, but still, usually when it's always the two of us, we usually go to like maybe 10:10 or 10:15, the absolute latest, or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
Ari, I know people that will buy this wine.
Oh yeah, the one. It's friggin' ridiculous.
I'm about it. I would buy it. For those of you wondering, in reference to Near Automata, there is a Near Automata wine that's aged in an oak barrel while listening to the soundtrack.
Like the OST is like is played through speakers pressed directly against the barrels.
Yup. It is a great game, though. I have to actually sit down and finish playing through it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Enough about that. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Yes, Pod Culture. Click on the link in the chat here and you'll see more about it. It's kind of like when you see a pregnant woman and she has the headphones on her belly to play music for the unborn child. If you're anything like my sister, it was basically glam 80s rock. Mostly Def Leppard. So, anywho, Paco says, yeah, but a fetus has ears. Wind doesn't. Wine doesn't. Fair enough. So, anywho, if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're telling you straight up. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll not just find our weekly podcast, you will find anime tips and cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay interviews, anime reviews, editorials, convention reports, links to our YouTube and Facebook pages of cosplay and convention coverage, and more than that. Check it all out at animejamsession.com. And if you like our podcast, check out the older episodes. Everything's available online. You can find us through Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever app. Excuse me, sorry about that. Where you can pick up you can download a podcast. Ooh, hold on.
You okay there?
Wait, hold on.
Damn, dude, you really had that one backed up, didn't you?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Feeling better?
Yeah, a little better. As I mentioned earlier tonight, like a little dust got in my nose, so I think something went down the wrong windpipe, and it was just like, it was just building up, so I had to kind of clear the nose out, So sorry about that. So we are going to continue our ending credits. So actually, I'm going to restart the credits, so I have to remember to edit this out later. All right, so it's about that time for us to get up on out of here. So let's break it down for you. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. And don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com. You'll find on that site not just our podcast, but you'll find convention reports, anime reviews, editorials, cosplay interviews, cosplay tips and tricks, and links to our YouTube and Facebook pages for convention coverage and cosplay coverage and a whole lot more. All that and more at animejamsession.com. And don't forget, if you enjoy the show, listen to our podcast on the go. You can find us on Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever app you use for downloading podcasts. It's Anime Jam Session. Check out our recent episodes, older episodes. Check them all out. We want to know what you think. And what's cool is some of these apps have the app. You can leave a little review. So if you can't, drop us a review. We'd like to know what you think if you don't want to drop an email. Either way works. Follow us on our social media pages, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us on all of those so you know when we're going live, when we have new articles, photos, videos, all that cool stuff. And for those of you who follow us on our socials, thank you so much for being fans. We really appreciate it. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our tip jar. If you're watching us live, down below is a link to our Ko-Fi, Stream Elements, and our Streamlabs links. So if you want to throw a few dollars our way, we really appreciate that. Or you can cheer us on with bits in the chat room, or you can sub to the channel and give out gift subs. Either way is cool. We truly appreciate either way you look at it. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Ari.
Gonna get ready to go to bed, and in the morning, after I get home from work, I'm gonna find a way to get rid of all these fucking gnats in my house, my apartment.
You know that feeling. My last words, water. That's all I gotta say. Water. Because, you know, I've been drinking this on every episode, so you know. Anywho, that is it. End of list. We're gonna get up on out of here. It's been a great show. We appreciate all of you. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode, and Mako-chan will be here. It'll be great to see her again and talk with her and have her catch us up on her life and so forth. So that is it. End of list. We are getting the heck up on out of here. So I'm Ranma.
And I'm Ari.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ari.
Good night, Ari.
Perfect. Awesome. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!